You'll definitely want to see what we found in your ground meat. On your side, consumer advocate Jen Strathman has the results of her hidden camera investigation.
When you buy a package of meat, there's a label that lists the fat content. On this one, it's 93.7, meaning it's 93% lean, 7% fat. That's what the label says, but our testing found that may not always be accurate.
It's a labor of love is what it is.
50 years strong.
I take pride in what I do. I don't do this because it's just a job. I do this because it's my business and my name is up on top.
Long before customers show up at Vince's Meats, the cutting and grinding begins.
I'm going to add a little bit extra lean to this. I like to keep my sirloin very lean.
At the Westside Market, businesses don't have to label the leanness of the meat. It's not required by law because of their size. But if you ask, the vendors will give you an estimate.
It's about 80 to 85 right in there.
Large grocers added nutrition labels in 2012, and that's driving consumer decisions.
We will usually buy the 90-10, sometimes 85-15.
These cuts have less fat and fewer calories, but you'll pay for that healthier cut.
And I think it's worth the price.
But are you really getting what you paid for?
I was shocked.
We bought ground beef from the Westside Market, Heinen's, Giant Eagle, Mark's, Walmart, and Dave's, and sent it to a lab for testing. Only one sample came back nearly perfect. That's this 80-20 meat for Mark's.
I want to know what I'm buying, and if the label says one thing, I expect it to be that.
But USDA guidelines allow for variation. The average must be within 20% of the label. Stores told us several samples are taken from a 2,000-pound lot of meat and then averaged.
As a consumer, we should be able to have a packaging that we can rely on and make informed decisions about.
Our testing found the fat content was overstated on some labels and understated on others. At Dave's, the samples we tested gave you more for your money. The 73-27 hamburger tested 6% leaner, and the 93.7 ground sirloin tested 2% better. At Walmart and Heinen's, one sample was leaner than the label, the other fattier. The results were split at the Westside Market, too.
I generally get it pretty good, but you got me on that one.
In our test, Giant Eagle samples all tested fattier, but within USDA guidelines.
And the equipment it would take for a retailer to test that store level, it's probably a $200,000 piece of equipment.
Distributor Jake Holt has been in the food industry since he was a kid. He now owns his 101-year-old family business. He thinks the labeling variation is not that big a deal. He says meat has been processed the same way for years. It's common to add trimmings from other cuts of meat to the ground beef, either at the store level or the distributor.
You want me to throw those trimmings away or raise your price on everything, including your ground beef, or do you want to buy the stuff we've bought for the past umpteen years?
It's a question that may get asked more in the coming year as the USDA begins spot checking the accuracy of the labels. The program is expected to start this year, but the feds are not releasing any details, leaving consumers to wonder what they're really buying.
It boils back down to a quality butcher.
On the meat from Mark's and Walmart, we noticed a USDA stamp. This means the meat was not ground at the store. However, on other samples, we didn't see a USDA stamp. State inspectors tell us that this means the meat probably was ground at the store level. Now, we have full statements from all the companies on NewsNet5.com. On your side, Jen Strathman, News Channel 5.